I want to ask you, Aradhya. See, okay, obviously, we know you didn't face a camera. The first time when you came and shot, was there some tension?
I don't think it's a very big thing also.
Maybe a TikTok or something, or they will act for their friends sometimes, and they will believe that they are the best.
I have no opinion on this.
Don't tell me all that, you know. So when
You do your job, that's it.
I think the director-actor relationship, when I was doing Sarkar, I wanted Amiji to do a scene in a certain way. And the interpretation of the actor from the brief of the director is what which makes the magic of cinema.
बट आप इतने एक्सपीरियंस हैं तो मतलब क्या पॉइंट्स देखे आपने लाइक कैरेक्टर में?
The first time I saw a real actor is Manoj. To start with, I want to ask you, who do you think is better between you and Aardhya in the film?
We don't want to compare each other.
Ari, but he should answer, na? I want him, yeah?
Actually, my character is different, sir.
I don't tell me all that, you know. I just tell me I am better or she is better. One of the two I want. And if you say the answer, I also want to know why.
Like मेरे methods different हैं. आराध्या spontaneous actress है.
No, don't. And I am asking, you see, I am a watcher.
Yeah.
Like, let us forget you are the actor. You just bought a ticket and saw Saaree. And you happen to see this Saaree. Who do you think is better?
This question is very tricky and we don't want to compare each other. Let the audience decide.
You can't say we, man.
It's okay, let the audience decide.
I didn't even ask you. I will come to you.
You decide. You produce the
Of course, I will know. I will tell what, but I also want to your opinion, man.
I have no opinion on this.
I didn't ask you. First, I want to finish his answer.
Okay, ठीक है.
Who's better, sir?
See, if I was in your place...
I play Kittu and...
Yeah.
He's playing different character, na? So how?
But that is what we should say, na? So if you were an audience and you saw, what would you think? You don't tell the same answer. So there has to be some difference.
I don't want to compare. Because I think it's the character which gives you that...
when any of us see any film, we will always have some, this one is very good, this one is okay, that one is good in that.
But I really believe Satya's character has more complex sides comparing to mine. I really believe that, but I don't want to compare. Yeah, that's it.
See, I'll tell you my opinion. See, I don't believe that he's got more complex because, see, on a graph level, from the time of just being a girl next door, then to scare, and then to this and that, I think the growth of that had 5 different phases. Whereas right from the beginning, I know that there is something little off with your character. You know, it went in that. So, but the impact on the screen, forgetting the technical aspects, I feel yours will be more hard-hitting because, I mean, you are instigating the scene. You are actually constructing the scene because of what you say and what you do while the scene is happening. And what we call in films, because she's a reactionary character, you are an action character. So I think the impact of that will be much more. But technically, I think Aardhya is superior. That's my belief. See, in theatre, you'll always have a lot of room in terms of, you know, there'll be lengthy takes or lengthy time, maybe an hour or half an hour or whatever the theatre time. So you get more time to sink into the character, you know, as it progresses. When here there'll be shots getting cut all the time and then you have to repeat the same thing. So would you find a kind of an irritation in the difference between film and theatre?
Not irritation, sir, because it's a benefit is a cut है कैमरा में कट है वहाँ कट नहीं है इसीलिए वहाँ 2 months 3 months रिहर्सल है बिकॉज एक बार स्टार्ट हुआ तो एंड नहीं होगा तब तक आप एंड तक आपको कंटिन्यू करना पड़ेगा अगर आप डायलॉग्स थिएटर स्टेज पे भूल जाते हो तो आपको इम्प्रोवाइज करना पड़ेगा बट आप शो नहीं कर सकते ऑडियंस को कि आप भूल गए हो या कट नहीं है वहाँ एक कट हो गया कि सॉरी ये कट माई मिस्टेक अगेन करते हैं ऐसा नहीं है तो इसलिए वहाँ रिहर्सल है एंड देन यहाँ कट टू कट पॉइंट्स हैं
सो यू फाइंड दिस बेटर इट इज़ मोर हेल्पफुल टू द एक्टर यू मीन लाइक व्हेन देयर इज ए चांस फॉर ए रीटेक और ए कट और समथिंग
या ऑफ कोर्स बेटर है सर बट थिएटर इज डिफरेंट थिंग ना एंड कैमरा एक्टिंग इज डिफरेंट थिंग
So when you first saw his picture and that audition tape of him I sent, what did you think of him? in the audition.
He was looking like a psycho, na? I mentioned you that also. You remember? I told he looks exactly like a psycho in this video. And when I met him in person, he was looking more handsome comparing to that video.
See, once when I shared your thing with some other actor in some context, so I wanted a guy who doesn't look very good, who's like a common guy, and then he sees this beautiful girl. I was sharing your video to someone. I want somewhere in these lines, a guy who doesn't look good. So that guy said, he looks very good. What do you mean he doesn't look good? So fuck, I don't know, maybe probably my way of looking at a man could be different. I don't know. But later on you grew, Anyway, when did you first hear about Aardhya? I don't remember. When did I tell you about her? That she is doing the role, or when did you hear?
I saw Aardhya first time and then Saaree my song time.
Oh, before that I didn't even share a picture or anything.
आपने कभी नहीं बताया इससे पहले, लाइक फ़ोन पे हुआ जब भी.
Oh, really? Okay.
बट जब मैं आराध्या से मिला तो इतना बात नहीं हुआ था हमारा. बट मुझे लगा ये एक्सपीरियंस है, मतलब मूवीज़ किया होगा ऑलरेडी.
हाँ.
अब आपने मुझे बताया कि ये भी फ्रेशर है, फर्स्ट मूवी है, डेब्यू मूवी है. बट सेट पे जिस तरीके से आराध्या ने परफॉर्म किया, फर्स्ट डे परफॉर्म किया, लाइक अगर मैं कैमरा फेस मैंने कभी नहीं किया था, अगर नहीं किया होता तो आई थिंक मैं नहीं कर पाता एक्ट वहाँ. इस तरीके से आराध्या ने एक्ट किया है. साड़ी से पहले आराध्या ने कभी कैमरा फेस नहीं किया. मैं एक ट्रेंड एक्टर हूँ, प्रॉपर ट्रेनिंग करके आया हूँ. बट अंदर मुझे ये है कि अगर मैं आराध्या की जगह होता तो शायद मैं एक्ट नहीं कर पाता, अगर कैमरा मैंने फेस नहीं किया कभी तो.
Now, to describe your character in Saaree, so do you think it's... normally when two people are launched at the same time, we'll always think of them as a hero-heroine or something, But of course, Saaree's story is not that.
Yeah.
Like a hero is supposed to take care of the heroine, which is not happening here. So, will you describe your character more negative or more positive? I understand every character thinks he is right.
Yeah.
That I get it. But trying to look at it cinematically, like as much like an audience. You see, you worked on the character to act well, and you kind of imbibed the character. That I understand. But the final effect when you see it, do you think the audience will perceive you as negative or what?
Not negative, sir. अभी like time change है.
हाँ.
ऑडियंस को अभी जो ऑडियंस जो अभी जो जनरेशन है वो देखती है, हीरो या विलन मैटर नहीं करता है यहाँ. ऑडियंस को पता है कि क्या.
You mean the impact of the character?
Yeah, impact on character. अभी वो अभी कुछ पॉइंट्स पे है अभी हीरो एंड हीरोइन. बट अभी पब्लिक सिटीज़ में नॉलेज है उसको, एक्टिंग की या फिल्मिंग की, फिल्म मेकिंग की, तो उनको आइडिया है हर चीज़ का, तो वो शायद समझेंगे. अभी विजय सेतुपति है, विक्रम मूवी में नेगेटिव कैरेक्टर किया, तो अभी वो एरा चला गया. मुझे हीरो का ही करना है, विलन का नहीं करना है, या विलन का करना है तो हीरो नहीं बन सकते आप. ऐसा नहीं है अभी.
See, that is always there. It's not like it is a new thing. Even Sholay is a 50-year-old film, but everybody came out talking about Gabbar Singh, in spite of Bachchan and Dharmender, So what you're saying is eventually the impact of the character, of what he does in the film, I want to ask you, Aardhya, see, okay, obviously we know you didn't face a camera, but at the first time when you came and shot, was there some tension whether you will be liked or you can act well, or whether I or director Kamal or any of us, because it's like coming to write an exam in a way. Did you have that apprehension?
No, I don't know. I don't think it's a very big thing also. I never felt any kind of tension, or I was not having self-doubts also. Because I don't know, I was so confident about myself from the beginning. I'm not arrogant yet, but I don't know. On a personal level, I don't know why it happened just like that. I don't know.
But that's very unusual, let me tell you.
I don't think it is unusual.
So I don't know. What is the difference according to you between arrogance and confidence? See, I know of people. अरे मैं कुछ भी कर देता हूँ, मेरे को बाएं हाथ का खेल है. So they will do something in maybe a TikTok or something, or they will act for their friends sometimes, and they will believe that they are the best. So that will come under either ignorance or arrogance or confidence. तीनों का बीच में very thin line है. So you call it confidence.
Yeah, I call it confidence only.
Okay, see Kamal telling or whether you're doing a song or something, is any time in the film where you felt tense about a certain scene before starting?
I never felt tensed about shooting, only during the dubbing time.
Oh.
Dubbing only created some kind of tension in me because I was dubbing in Hindi and Malayalam, and at that point I had serious problems at that time. But while shooting, nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was
to match the lip sync and all that.
yeah,
you felt.
not lip sync because in Hindi it was very difficult for me at first to pronounce some particular words like khar. ऐसे कुछ words है. So it was difficult for me at the beginning, but later on I.
बट सर मैं साड़ी अम्माई सॉन्ग में बहुत नर्वस था बिकॉज मैं डांस अच्छा नहीं करता और डिफरेंट लैंग्वेज में था, तेलुगु में सॉन्ग था वो तो उस टाइम में बहुत
and also because the film is not started, suddenly you putting into the song like that. Anyway, good thing we don't have that. Yeah.
बट सभी लोग लाइक कोऑपरेटिव हैं, कमल एंड सभी लोग कोऑपरेटिव हैं.
So in the last few years, I mean, I'm not saying 5 years, 10 years, last few years, which actor do you really liked as playing the character? I don't mean as in a star in general.
Yeah.
I mean as in which performance really affected you?
Last performance is Vijay Sethupathi in 96 movie.
Okay.
It's a love story. It's a very different character portrayed in a different way and care love about love caring. It's a different love stories. I love it.
Okay. Now coming to the subject matter, see when the stories about someone is talking. Now, Aardhya, would you feel if somebody stalks you and somebody is constantly wanting to talk to you or message you or whatever attention he wants, and you might not like him or at least him going beyond a certain thing, would you deep inside still have a sympathy? Because I'm saying even if he's going beyond, see, there are two things here. One is that man is not able to control his feelings, which is the reason he's doing that. So it's almost like the emotions are controlling him. In that case, will you have some sympathy?
I think it depends on how he is reacting. Yeah, it completely depends on how he
you might
is.
say no, you might ask him to get out or you want to get rid of him. Till that's okay. But deep inside, I'm saying.
No.
Okay, I'll give you an example. Let's say if a mosquito comes and bites you, a female mosquito bite, but it wants the blood for its babies.
You are comparing this with mosquito. What should I answer?
So it is not for the mother.
But that's totally different, Nara. This is a completely different context.
But
you
it's the
can't
same.
compare that with mosquito's life.
Mosquito.
But don't you think it's right example? No. My whole point is this. See, there are two things in the stalker. One is a person, and the person became obsessed because of her. So the root cause of the problem is her. So that is the division of the
Maybe
mother
if
and the
he's not threatening her or her family, maybe in mind, somewhere she would have felt it.
That's true. When I'm saying, but it is like this. Okay, let us say some guy is affected with a infectious disease.
Okay.
Okay, but the infectious disease he got because of the girl. In the girl it is gone. In him it became severe. Okay. But because the first thing caused because of her, wouldn't there be some guilt?
It's a different context. I don't know how should I answer to this. It's totally different, Ram.
All I'm trying to get at.
I understood what you're trying to convey me, but I think it's a totally different context. Because it's different, na. And otherwise we'll never make this movie, na?
No, that is not the point. See, I'm asking, like a human being will act on three things. One is he'll get irritated, he'll get scared, or he will get violent, in the situation. But once it's over, let's say you're out of the danger. I'm just giving a imaginary scenario. But what happened to that guy, like for example, the Rajmandri incident, that girl whose parents he killed, obviously she's angry and everything, he was caught and everything. But after a lot of years him in jail, now I heard that she has a certain, that could be partly because she did something for him to become like that. I mean, see, every case is different. I'm not talking about Saaree.
Yeah.
Including a famous case like Rajiv Gandhi's assassination, when the woman was also a part of the team to kill the father. Now Priyanka went and saw her in the jail, and apparently they both hugged and cried. This is a very famous case. So she's a terrorist, and then she actually killed, responsible for her father's murder. In spite of that, after a long time, see, why I'm talking a long time, here the context is not long time. If you see it independently, see, when you are in the position of the character, is different. But if it is happening to somebody, let's say, forget about your character and Satya's character. If you hear of a story like this, now there is a guy and he fell madly in love, and then he started becoming obsessive and dangerous. And then when I'm watching the film, I will feel, he's become obsessed, he's become this psychopathic. But that is because of his love for her. So that is a strange thing there. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, but I will never feel sympathy.
No? You won't?
No.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. What do you think?
ऑडियंस समटाइम लाइक सिंपैथी फील कर सकती है करेक्टर के लिए, बट अगर यही केस अगर रियल लाइफ में होता तो लाइक गर्ल्स के पेरेंट्स या गर्ल वो लड़की है वो नहीं सिंपैथी फील करती उसके लिए, ऑफ कोर्स नहीं करती, बिकॉज इतना टॉर्चर उसको करना, डेली उसके पास जाना, उसको मैसेजेस करना, मैसेज डिफरेंट थिंग, बट डेली उसको पास जाना, उसको इरिटेट करना, तो ऑफ कोर्स सिंपैथी नहीं होती उसके लिए.
So that's where we get no means no is a point, and for him no means yes. That's where the point comes from. But I like my example of the mosquito. Is there a nearest example you have of something like this happening to you or your friend or something?
No, not like this extent.
Not to this extent, but something, somewhat.
Yeah, of course, hai.
But I'm sure guys threatening girls happens a lot. I think.
Of course,
I think.
of course,
I'm sure.
a lot.
I mean, that is the whole point.
Yeah, that is all.
See, whether that converts to action or not, that's another matter. But threats, I think, happen all the time.
Yes, all the time. Like not like Saaree, like, but every
some extent, yeah. So when you wanted to be, when you mentioned you were interested in acting at some time, but that time was it more like you wanted to do songs and maybe roles, or what interested? I mean, what is your first memory of you liking a heroine?
Heroine. My first memory, Shobana ma'am, Manchitratal.
Okay.
Of course.
But that you must be a kid, and when you saw it.
Yeah, but still it struck me a lot. I don't know why. Yeah.
Okay. Isn't that around 20 years old?
Got released when I don't exactly remember.
Was a remake of that. No?
Yeah, Bhool Bhulaiya and a lot of movies.
Yeah, correct. So in recent times, which performance you liked in the last few years?
Recent times, I like Alia Bhatt and Gangubai.
Gangubai, okay. In Hindi actors, which character you liked? That Vijay Sethupathi you said is Tamil actor. Yeah.
In Hindi, I like Pankaj Tripathi.
Oh, in where? In Mirzapur?
Not in Mirzapur, in every movie.
Okay.
I like.
But I was talking about a very specific character you liked in recent times.
Recent movie Chhava.
Oh.
Yeah. I love very much.
Vicky Kaushal.
He's a Sambhaji character. I love.
Okay. Which genre do you think you will be able to, I mean, not be able to, what you would prefer in given a choice, whether intense thriller or a comedy or a musical? Thriller. You don't like to do a musical?
No, I want to. ऐसा नहीं है, but thriller. Yeah.
So what is the best thriller you saw last?
Substance. It was an amazing movie.
Yes. I like that contrast of the expression of that poster. You look like, I mean...
This one you were saying?
Yeah.
Some guy coming in scene now. This unknown guy.
Yeah. Yes, so, but this perfectly showcases your characters, both of yours. Yeah. This character, this looks like ye kaun aa gaya beech mein, you know, your face looks like that, exactly, yeah.
It's more like it's continuing emotion, talk to
Yeah.
Aardhya, and then suddenly one guy has come.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah. After my questions, you ask me, what do you want to ask me about anything?
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
First things are जब से मैं
What's the worst film of mine? There are too many to think, you're saying?
Not too
That is how
many,
your expression look like. अभी मैं क्या बताऊँ, कहाँ से शुरू करूँ?
नहीं सर, बट
Yeah.
जो आपने वर्क किया है, I love it, sir. Like,
You're not looking at me, which means you're lying.
I'm not lying, sir.
Like Ram, like what you said, there are no bad films, there are only well-directed films. Yeah, that's that.
Arey, but what was my question? My question was, which is the worst film of mine you saw? That's what my question was.
We don't want to watch your worst films. We want to watch.
Arey, but only after you see, you understand, na? So you just went by someone else telling.
So I saw some interviews in Bollywood like yours. तो like आपका लास्ट मूवी जो आग था, वो मैंने देखा नहीं है, बट आई डोंट नो क्यों लोग बोल रहे हैं उसके बारे में. मैंने नहीं देखा वो मूवी, बट आई डोंट नो व्हाई. जो भी मूवीज मैंने देखी वो बेस्ट है.
If you say you like Aag also, they'll put you in mental hospital now.
But why you think that became a flop?
See, I always believed you only can make a film and you will never know why a film is a hit or a flop. That is my experience so far. Yeah.
ओके सर, एज एन एक्टर लाइक जो मैंने ऑडिशन दिया था उसमें मतलब अभी तक मुझे समझ नहीं आया. बट आप इतने एक्सपीरियंस हैं तो मतलब क्या पॉइंट्स देखे आपने लाइक कैरेक्टर में?
See, in your audition, what I saw, see, I always look at, see, when you're saying a dialogue, so the dialogue will help you in terms of putting the thing. And in between the pauses, you know, and then being repetitive, and you say the same thing again and again, that will come from an emotion which is deeply felt. That is how I gauge an actor. You know, just to say the dialogue, okay, he or she is confident and whatever, because I know the kind of intensity this character requires in Saaree. It needs to have a lot of emotional depth, you know. And then also I saw in your body language, in the way you are moving your hands and that. So the body is also talking the same language. If you just said those lines steadily, I don't think I would have been impressed.
ओके.
Yeah, it's a combination of the body language and the way you say it, and your eyes have constantly piercing thing when you're speaking the line. And that to be able to say it in front of an audition camera. See, if you're on a film set, so there is a co-actor, and there is the ambience, there is the atmosphere, and you know very well where it's going. But to randomly, with nobody being there, to say that to a camera, that is what impressed me. Yeah. So I hope you got your final answer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you ask me what you want to ask me.
I don't know. I always ask you questions. I don't know what question should I ask now.
What is the film you saw in recent times where you wish to play that character?
I wish
C.B.
to.
Gangubai?
Of course, that is there, and Substance, of course.
You want to do Substance?
Yeah, I don't know why. Yeah, Substance. Then I watched this movie Anura. That is also different.
Anura?
Anura. It's a different movie. It's a Hollywood movie, but no way I can do such kind of movies here. I like this movie. It's Pari, na? Anushka Sharma's.
Yeah, it's Pari.
I love that movie. I so wish to play that character. Yeah.
So for you?
I told you sir, last movie I saw Chhava.
So would you want to do that?
Yeah. मुझे लगा मैं ये कर सकता हूँ. And then again मिर्ज़ापुर, मुन्ना भैया कैरेक्टर. It's a character in मिर्ज़ापुर, पंकज त्रिपाठी son. But recently I watched छावा. So मतलब मुझे उसमें प्रॉपर लगा कि ये मैं कर सकता हूँ और बेटर कर सकता हूँ.
So if you choose, if you want to do a film because of a script, you know, then you come to the set. Then you suddenly find the director bad. What will you do? Because see, well, as an actor, when you read a script, you will have some idea. This is how I think I should play the character. But the director tells you something very different, and you feel that is not the right thing, what will you do?
Of course, because now director is the whole point, because he gave you the brief, the exact guidance about what to do in this particular scene. So if the director is not giving you that, of course I don't think it will work like that.
No, it won't work, but what can the action be? See, because
What
by
action?
that time, already the producer would have spent and all of them come, and the shooting will only happen after the whole thing is done, na?
So just you
So
you do your job, that's it.
So you will go by him.
Just go by your instinct. That's it.
Well, your instinct is not what he is trusting. Na? He is asking you to do something which you think is not correct,
Okay, then leave it.
and go by him.
No, then leave the movie, that's it.
And how will you leave the movie? Films don't
I
work
don't
like
know.
that. You see, after
I was never in that kind of a
after
situation. I already did one movie.
After a lot of money is spent, that is when the film starts shooting.
Okay.
Yeah. And technically, you're supposed to listen to the director as per industry standards. You know? But when the actor feels strongly that...
Okay, if you were in my shoes, what will you do?
I will convince him.
You will convince him?
Yeah. I will convince him. If I fail in convincing him, I will go by him.
Okay. Yeah, we also do that. We'll also try to do that. But
You know, I'm not, I've just asked you, you know, whether we should do it or not is different. Yeah. Because I believe an actor will always have a tendency to think from his or her point of view. The director will have more of a vision of
Yes.
the whole thing. And so if the actor starts poking holes, the entire vision can go spoiled sometimes. But having said that, so to get to that point, you need to have spent enough time with the director to feel that whether there can be some sensibility or whatever. Because the film is centered around both your characters, Saaree. And this is the first film, and obviously you had a good rapport with me or Kamal or anyone. So when you go into a completely different unit, probably you don't know, obviously that ambience can be different, the people can be different, their mindsets can be different, you know. In which case what will happen is, unlike a regular job, where once you join a company, more or less you are with the same people for a long, long time.
yeah, yes.
In film, it changes especially for an actor. So constantly changing things and can very disorient people, you know, in terms of you get used to this director. Some of the directors say something completely different. It is possible you will feel that something is going wrong. I'm just cautioning you. So now, in the film, in Saaree, which particular shot you think Aardhya has done the best, comparatively?
In all scenes, like in second half.
Whole of second half.
Not whole of. Like climax part and Aradhya's home scenes. She's did best. Like
Home scenes as in first half.
home scenes in first, I don't know because.
Okay.
But climax part is best. She did best. उस टाइम पे मुझे भी लगा था कि लाइक बेस्ट से भी बेस्ट है. लाइक साहिल आराध्या's ब्रदर करेक्टर किया जो साहिल मी एंड पूरा एक जो सेट था सभी लोगों ने बेस्ट किया क्लाइमैक्स में.
Yeah.
बिकॉज वो सिचुएशन एंड डिफरेंट थी उस टाइम पे, मूड डिफरेंट था, तो अच्छा गया.
See, for me, when I think the director-actor relationship, I'll just tell you one example. When I was doing Sarkar, I wanted Amiji to do a scene in a certain way. And obviously he's such a seasoned actor, legendary actor for so many years. He came, you know. And I told him, when he's taking his son out, you know, asking Vishnu's character to get out. I said, you get angry when you still have hope. See, you're upset and shout and all that, when you still have hope that he will change, you know. But when you lose that hope, you become cold because your emotions have gone away. So I told Amiji to just freak him out like an insect. That's what I told him. But he felt, because a father, son, and how can that emotion, I can be so cold and, you know. But I kind of insist, then obviously I can't insist beyond a point, being Bachchan, so I said, okay. And after shooting, then he again said, Noram, I'm thinking about what you said, let's do that shot again. And then he came up with that shot, Nikal say, you know, that Nikal is that flicking a insect out, you know. But the gesture was his. You know, I see, I as a filmmaker, I can only give a theory. I can't tell the actor exactly
Yes.
what. And the interpretation of the actor from the brief of the director is what which makes the magic of cinema. So at the end of the day, no matter how clear I am as a director, if an actor still can surprise me, that is a test of a true actor, I feel. But individual egos and individual, strong set of beliefs can create that friction lots of times. See, I believe Nana Patekar is like one of the greatest actors of all time. Even with Nana, whatever films I've done, I've had that experience a couple of times, and he's very strongly opinionated, and so where director's job ends and where the actor's begins, or vice versa, that will be the most testing thing. Which is the reason sometimes as they don't like the film they're doing, and that becomes a big hit, and vice versa. So the entire thing of from the time I spoke to you on the phone about the script, you obviously would have had some vision of this is how the character is, how the film will be, or blah 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 blah. From that time till the finish, did at any point of time did you feel that it's not going the way it is, the way you understood the film, you understood the character? Did you feel that?
That time?
No, in the journey. I'm saying, आपने कुछ सोचा नहीं. No, after thinking of the character, first of all, the first song itself would have turned you off. Yeah. Then, in the course of the making, did you feel any time strongly that film is not going the way you thought it should go in the initial stage? जो आपके मन में तो एक तो कोई तो विजन होगा ऐसा रहेगा. This is how it will be, na. When something going wrong, too much going wrong, did you feel that any time?
Not wrong sir, like some time पे मैं confused रहता था, like scenes को लेके, but ऐसा कभी नहीं हुआ कि मुझे ये feel हुआ कि मैं wrong path पे जा रहा हूँ, या story का जो screen play या graph.
You mean you're confused about which path to take the performance, like that?
हाँ, कभी कभी मेरे साथ ऐसा हुआ है कि like कहीं इस part पे मैं over ना कर दूँ या down ना कर दूँ graph को, ये sometimes हुआ है मेरे साथ.
Yeah. The nearest to this film, in terms of the thriller element or love obsession, did you see any film like that? What is the nearest which comes to your mind? Including old films, I'm saying.
Including like different way में देखे हैं, like Fatal Attraction देखा है, उसमें like एक different way में show किया गया है, different character है, different है, and एक आपकी फिल्म देखी है मैंने, forget name.
प्यार तूने क्या किया?
Yeah. तो but प्यार तूने क्या किया is like plot and like जो story है वो बिल्कुल different है, but जो character है वो like match हुआ है कहीं ना कहीं.
Urmila का characters.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Urmila looked as scary as you in terms of that,
I'm not like look wise, like mentality about obsessed.
Yeah.
Like मेरा character जो आराध्या के लिए obsessed है, and then उसमें उर्मिला का और hero है this man.
One of my favorite scenes in Parthuna is when she puts that lipstick in front of the mirror.
Yeah.
That was her idea. So, see, if you look this is another incredible poster for me. You look so happy, almost you're looking like you're in heaven, and she looks like she's in hell.
According to the
exact,
scene and situation.
Yeah.
Sir, आपका favorite character कौन सा है और क्यों? Like
in
last
Saaree?
few years.
In what?
Not in Saaree,
No,
like other.
I think like that. I definitely think one of the best is Manoj in Satya. Nana Patekar in 26/11, Attacks of 26/11, and of course Bachchan. In recent times, probably Bunny in Pushpa 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like सब मनोज बाजपेयी जी ने आपके साथ जो काम किया था सत्या मूवी में, आई थिंक उनका उससे पहले भी वर्क किया था, बट कैरेक्टर किया था उन्होंने, लाइक होल मूवी में नहीं थे वो उससे पहले, सत्या से पहले.
Correct.
बट जब आपके
He was
साथ
in a small role in the.
स्मॉल रोल इन सम अदर मूवी, बट जब आपके साथ किया तो लाइक उन्होंने कुछ अपना एक्सपीरियंस शेयर किया था, लाइक लिटिल बिट नर्वस या लाइक कुछ ऐसा कुछ एक्सपीरियंस बताया उन्होंने.
See, he's basically a very insecure guy on a prominent level, but his passion was too much. In Satya, I saw that he was like all the time in character. He doesn't get out of the character at all. Even in in between shots or even if there's a long break, I can still see the same body language.
Okay.
It almost used to be scary to see him. And more than anything else, like, I believe in a body language of an actor. See, saying the dialogue is fine, but the way you say the dialogue, to adapt a body language to that. See, like my brief to him in Satya was, he's not a very educated guy, because I can't see him with good grades in class. He could be in a back bench or something. And we have civilized behavior, because say good morning, how are you, sir, and all that. Now a wild guy won't have that. So the way he puts his feet on the chair and when he laughs is like wild,
Yeah.
And I also told him, there's a difference between the look in a domestic cat's eyes and a wild cat's eyes. Though both of them are cats. But the wild cat's eyes will be different. These were the briefs I gave him before shooting. The way he took it into his blood, in his thinking, and everything. And even when he's still also, you can feel the character without moving, In fact, I would like to say that probably in my career, the first time I saw a real actor is Manoj. See, the stars are different, goes without saying. I mean, where you don't take the star quotient at all, just an actor playing a role, that was the truest thing I saw. After that, partly in Rajpal Yadu in Jungle.
Rajpal Yadu in Jungle?
Yeah.
Okay.
He literally used to put sand and all that and sit there. And there were mosquitoes will be biting him and all that,
Like a gun scene.
Yeah.
In front of kid.
Yeah, correct. But I just want a film we make to the best of our capacity, and after that, who will like it, how many will like it a lot, who will like you more, who will like Aardhya more, that we have to leave it to them. But as a producer of the film, I just want to thank you both for living up to my expectation and the unit's expectation. Both of you done as a fucking wonderful job. So I want to thank you once again. Wishes all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.